Hello, everybody. Gary Braun here again with Pivotal Advisors in our home studio here. We're social distancing. And today we're going to talk a little bit about something that is outside of our realm a little bit, but we're going to talk about cash flow. As business owners ourselves, we're going through a lot of the same things that you are, and this whole pandemic has affected several businesses out there. And I see some people doing some really smart things and some people doing some things that you might want to think twice about. So there's a couple considerations as you're navigating these, what we'll call uncharted waters. And they're short-term considerations and long-term. So the immediate reaction for a lot of people is, oh my gosh, we have a cash problem. Let's cut all our expenses. That can include people and include marketing and it could include consultants. It can include all those types of different things. And I get it. We got to maintain cash flow. But at the same time, this could be impacting our long-term strategies, which is something that we don't want to do. So it might be hard to get people back. Say we get through on the other end and we have lost key personnel, either because we let them go or we cut their salaries or their commissions or whatever else, and now we can't get them back. That would be a problem. This is actually a good time for marketing because everybody's cutting their expenses. Marketing gets really cheap. And this is a time where you can get an advantage on your competition out there. So before you just make cuts, consideration number one, cut the fat, if you will, and see if there's things you can trim off. Absolutely look at all the government programs that are out there, the CARES Act, the Payroll Protection Plan, or whatever that's called, the PPP. Those are all great resources to maintain your cash flow, and if you can do that, awesome. That's not our expertise. We're not going to go deep into that, and there's a lot of resources out there. But as you're making these cuts, the second consideration is, what do you want your organization to look like on the other side of this thing? If you want to still go after particular markets, if you're still trying to push a particular product, if you're still trying to execute some longer term strategy, don't make a cut that's going to impact that. Think about your staff. Think about keeping your clients happy. If you're gonna lose people because you're gonna lose clients because you've cut people or you've cut expenses or you can't deliver, that's a problem. So think about what you want it to look like on the outside and make sure you're positioned well for that. If you have to be creative and come up with some interesting things to do with your team to keep them on board while you maintain cash flow, that's great. But as you make those cuts, say, is this going to impact long-term strategy? This is really complex. This is, like I said, uncharted waters. We haven't been here before. If you need help navigating this, we're talking to hundreds of organizations, literally, and figuring out what everybody else is doing. We would love to talk to you. Go to www.pivataladvisors.com, and we would be happy to have a conversation with you and share our thoughts or ideas. Thank you for watching.